I've been telling y'all since the beginning what was gonna happen, man. I had the homies, some of my homies was telling me, oh, I don't know if Kendrick gonna win it. Kendrick just won 5 Grammys off of Not Like Us and his album dissing Drake, man. I've been telling y'all from the beginning what's gonna happen.
Gotta ask, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, getting Record of the Year?
I don't care nothing about that shit.
No.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. All the best to him, man.
Okay, cool.
I don't do that bullshit.
I feel you, man.
Drake's downfall is happening right before our eyes. And Kendrick Lamar's Grammy sweep might have been the final nail in the coffin. He won 5 Grammys and all eyes were on him. As for Drake, well, he was nowhere to be found, and fans believe his silence speaks volumes. Whatever shred of hope he was holding on to before is long gone now, because as Kendrick took the stage, nearly everyone in the industry cheered for him. And so that leaves Drake with one option: retirement. Yeah, word on the street is that he's finally admitting defeat and giving it all up for good. Just what did the rapper say? And is he really considering retirement after the public humiliation he suffered at the Grammys? Let's find out.
Friendly reminder for everyone that no matter how bad your day is going, nobody is having a worse day than Drake.
So Kendrick Lamar had a really big night at the 67th Grammy Awards. His diss track, Not Like Us, which buried Drake 5 feet under the ground, earned him a total of 5 wins. Song of the Year, Record of the Year, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, and Best Music Video. And as expected, Dot was beyond happy, making history with the first ever diss track to win a Grammy.
Bernardino, all that.
And what makes the entire situation even better is that Drake didn't even attend the ceremony. And fans believe that says a lot about his state of mind.
There were some people that pointed out that this may be a slight diss to Drake. Of course, the song we know, but if you notice, he was wearing denim on denim. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that is called a Canadian tuxedo. And for those of you in America wondering, is that a real thing? Do Canadians even know what this is? Is this just made up? I can guarantee you that almost every single person in Canada knows exactly what a Canadian tuxedo is. Jean on top, jean on the bottom. No one really wears it, at least not in this day. Sometimes you do it ironically. In the day, it was very popular. But do I think Kendrick did this on purpose? You mean the guy who had this playing at the beginning of Euphoria with reverse audio? Yeah, I do think so. I'm Jeremy Heck, your friendly Los Angeles to Canada translator.
And while there's one person who isn't celebrating the moment, now fans think Drake's crashing out ever since Dot wiped the floor with him. However, he didn't make any moves to react to the situation. But his dad, Dennis Graham, sure did. In a video of him leaving the Grammys, Dennis said that he didn't care about any of it.
I think the cherry on top of all of this is Drake didn't even attend. And while Kendrick was accepting one of the awards, the entire crowd sang along with the words A minor. Oh, and on top of all of that, he's got the Super Bowl next week. This is kind of like if you got into a fight at school and it really didn't go that well, so you stayed home the next day because you were sad. But the other guy decided to show up and he stole your girl, took all your friends, had all the teachers replaying the fight in their classrooms on the projector, and even the principal showed up and was like, hey, that was such a good fight, you get to be principal for the next week. Also, here's 5 Grammys. So no matter how bad your day is going, at the very least, your worst enemy did not receive a record-breaking 5-time award-winning world recognition for calling you a predator.
And a lot. A lot of fans seem to approve of his reaction. One person commented, maybe he should have taught his son how to say the same, and things wouldn't have spiraled for him like they have.
Gotta ask, what do you think about Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us, getting Record of the Year?
I don't care nothing about that shit.
No.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. All the best to him, man.
Okay, cool.
I don't do that bullshit.
I feel you, man.
But fans think that's far from the truth. Drizzy went after his own label after he lost the rap beef. In case y'all don't know, he filed a lawsuit against his label, against Universal Music Group, the umbrella record company that he and Lamar share for releasing Not Like Us, accusing the company of spreading the false and malicious narrative. He also filed a pre-action petition against UMG and Spotify, accusing them of artificially inflating streams of Dot's diss track, and well, fans believed that he was acting. Not to mention that even Drake's, his biggest supporter, DJ Academics, thought he had a screw loose for pursuing legal action.
He didn't give a
Really?
no. He was genuinely unfazed. I respected it a lot, and I talked to him. He didn't. That shit bothered him. As it shouldn't. He's a fucking guy. But if I had $700 million, I would.
It gotta bother you a little bit. If you're
an artist, you're sensitive. You feel the world you're in.
Obviously you.
Still, a lot of folks had questions about why Drake was choosing the legal route and what exactly his endgame was. But Drizzy wasn't in the mood to answer any questions.
What's really interesting about Drake's claim is that if you watch the Academics interview, Academics questions the veracity, the truth of this guy saying, hey bro, are you sure? Like, somebody promised you points for bot streams? There's producers and engineers and people who feature on songs who don't get a % of the song. And somebody promised you? Academics questioned this guy's story. Anyway, Drake's lawyers saw it fit for a filing in a New York state court, and they say, look, this is some evidence of the bot.
I'm gonna just keep it a beam with you, bro. Bro, you my GOAT, you my favorite artist. But bro, you gotta stop the nigga behavior, bro. Why are you so fucking niggas, bro? Like, you know niggas don't hate you for life off of that shit. Why the hell are you over here trying to steal these niggas' business? Yo, The Weeknd, from what I've heard, he don't, like, they had a little tit for tat, like, but nigga, I heard that nigga hate Drake because Drake tried to, or either his girl, bro. Like, Drake, like, you're foul for that. Why are you doing this? I'm listening to this sing on this album, bro. Like, this is like, clearly, he's still mad. Nah, Drake, even as much as I defend you, you're a serial f***ed up nigga, man. Wayne got locked up. You f***ed his girl. Drama paid you for a feature. You f***ed his girl. Yo, what's up with you, bro? What the f*** is going on with Drake, bro? Yo, Drake, I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. Like, Drake, of course you're gonna be able to f*** any girl, but what is coming across, like, you don't got no goddamn morals. You don't got no integrity. How is everybody knowing you for f***ing everybody's girl? Why do you have so much beef, my brother? The Weeknd done dissed you. A$AP Rocky done dissed you.
And, well, Drake might have thought that silence was the best way to go about the drama, but it proved to be his biggest mistake. Almost everyone with an internet connection on the planet used the opportunity to drag his name through the mud, calling out his shady moves.
I mean, it's clearly not Drake, right? So Drake didn't tell her this. Again, first of all, I reached out to Drake too. Drake, he's not speaking on this, right? And he doesn't need to speak on it. Yeah, it is what it is. It's a lawsuit. You get what I'm saying?
However, just when the chatter was picking up, Drake made a shocking move. He withdrew his petition against Spotify and Universal Music Group. Apparently, he met with representatives earlier in January 2025 and reached that decision. Spotify, which had filed an opposition, had no objection to the withdrawal and discontinuance. Meanwhile, UMG just stayed silent on the issue. Question is why? Did Drake give up the fight? Well, most fans think that the lawsuit threatened his career, and as big as Drake is, even he can't win a fight with one of the biggest label companies in the game.
Been openly and covertly taking shot after shot after shot after shot after shot at like his contemporaries, at total randos like Esperanza Spalding, taking the crappiest side totally at random in the whole Megan Tory Lanez thing. Honestly, like, nobody asked what you thought about any of these things or any of these people. You're just making yourself look like a fucking asshole. You're just making enemy after enemy after enemy, totally for no reason whatsoever. Like, of course that's gonna catch up to you at some point. He constantly bitches and moans and whines and complains about, oh, I got no friends in the industry. It's lonely at the top. Like, that has nothing to do with you. That's not your doing in any way whatsoever. That's just like completely by accident. That's just because people were mean.
However, just when it seemed like Drake was coming to his senses, he shocked everyone again by filing a defamation lawsuit against UMG. The lawsuit states UMG's campaign went well beyond the traditional music company playbook. Indeed, UMG has unleashed every weapon in its arsenal, including on information and belief, certain practices that are unlawful. Drake also argued that UMG offered financial incentives to third parties to stream the song and promote it without disclosing the payments to the public. He also revealed that the label also removed copyright restrictions, which allowed content creators to play the song in their videos. Drake also argued that the whole thing was a scheme to get him to sign a more favorable contract. According to court documents, UMG promoted the song because the label knew that the more it was streamed and played, the more money UMG and its executives would make. The company also knew that Drake's contract was nearing the end, and that extending it would be costly. By devaluing Drake's music and brand, UMG would gain leverage to force Drake to sign a new deal on terms more favorable to UMG. However, fans thought that Drake was a big clown for making this move.
You might as well just tell us prepare for a cold winter, because I don't think we're getting no new music from him. I don't want that, so that's why I think it's bad. I want new Drake music, and I want his music to do well. I don't think his music or anybody's music could do the best to its ability without the label. It's an industry, it's baked in the cake. If you're not with Universal, Sony, or if you're not with Warner, your music just won't get.
And yes, he didn't go after Kendrick. But even legal experts saw right through the move. It was an underhanded attempt to slam Dot for the diss track. Safe to say the rapper's in deep trouble. And honestly, considering the point where Drake's at now, a lot of fans think it's time for Drake to retire from the game. And yes, Drake fans might be feeling sorry. Sorry for him. But people believe that he brought this upon himself. One person commented, Drake is making it known in legal documentation that this beef is hurting his pockets financially, so it is far much more than just social media backlash. This beef is the biggest beef to happen in hip-hop since Jay-Z versus Nas, so this is reaching out beyond digital spaces. Drake is obviously embarrassed that he lost. He is also panicking, which is why he filed the lawsuit. And he is having a harder time. It is one thing to lose a battle, but it's a complete other to lose a battle and then follow up by proving the point of the song that is annihilating you, which is what Drake did when he filed that lawsuit. Now everyone is looking back at the questionable stuff that he has done throughout his entire career and questioning why they let him slide on it. There is no rapper who is ever too big to have their careers stalled by losing a rap battle. Drake is currently in his J. Rule era post-G Unit. If the streets ain't messing with Drake, then no one will mess with Drake. The masses like what the streets like, not the other way around. And well, it looks like UMG's done backing Drake as well. So it looks like UMG used the Grammys to make their stance on Drake clear to everyone. How's that? Well, fans noticed Dr. Dre high-fiving the CEO of UMG while Dot took the stage to accept the award, and they think it says a lot about the company's loyalties. Of course, Drake fans think it hints at a sinister scheme against Drake. One person wrote, "Y'all clocked Dr. Dre high-fiving Lucian Grange, CEO of UMG, after Kendrick wins 5th Grammy." Not to mention the Grammy specifically playing the part where Kendrick calls Drake a PDF. But PPL said, Drake is wrong for suing. This is so nasty and deeper than a simple rap beef. However, most folks thought that instead of a conspiracy, UMG used the award ceremony to send a clear message to Drake. They will not have his back going forward.
I'm just laying out the facts here and saying, this does not look good. This looks like you're outside of the culture. This looks like you are doing something crazy. If you have an explanation for it, I'd like to hear it. I'd love to hear Drake's explanation for this. It might be a brilliant one, but as of now, it just looks like he's suing somebody for doing the thing that everybody does in a rap battle, which is talk shit. And do we really think that people are out there trying to beat up Drake or kill Drake or get vigilante justice for pedophilia? I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, one fan commented, that whole award show was orchestrated as a huge diss to Labrie. To catch Dre and Lucian high-fiving. Crazy. Now most fans expected Drake to pack his bags. But it seems like Drake's doing his best to hold on for as long as possible. For starters, Drake's using the spotlight to his full advantage. On February 3rd, 2025, right after the Grammys, he announced his new joint album with Party Next Door, titled Some Sexy Songs for You, scheduled to drop on February 14. However, Drake might want to think about his future options. None of his releases after the beef went viral. One person commented, "All of Drake's songs post Meet the Grams have flopped." If making a commercial hit was the case for Drake's win, then Family Matters would have trumped Euphoria. The culture is shifting, and Drake should have stepped up his pen instead of calling in the law to clean up the mess that he created. What's more, even Whack 100 said that Drake's gonna have a hard time with dropping new tracks since his label is not backing him up anymore.
But on top of that, do you know that the whole audience screamed out A minor? Why is that so huge? Because it lets us know that UMG is also sending a message that Drake's career is done, finito, finished. It wasn't just the crowd. This was a message from UMG, a love letter sealed with a kiss, right? From UMG to Drake, letting him know that no matter what happens with that lawsuit, and they're confident will get dismissed, you are finished in this industry. You have no friends, only foes. They do not fear you, but worse, instead, they do not respect you. You better keep yourself in Australia or keep yourself in Canada. And judging like what's going on with the whole trade thing, I don't know. Is Drake gonna have to start paying 25% taxes to perform in the US?
Not to mention that Drake's having a hard time selling tickets for his tour as well. According to a report from local news site Perth Now, the rapper was struggling to sell out his 2 shows in Perth, just about 24 hours before he hit the stage. FYI, he's in Australia for the Anita Maxwin tour. The article also stated, for context, the cheapest admission for Drake's shows at the Melbourne Rod Laver Arena are same as the standing price at RAC. So, with that being said, it's quite shocking that fans aren't scooping them up in a hurry. Fans believe that it proves just how Drake has no sense, standing with his fan base now, and so all signs make it clear that Drake's career is over. But what makes this even sadder is that Drake could have avoided this entire mess if he had simply taken his defeat like a man.
They did Ye. You remember when Ye did what he did? How every week it was a different entity pulling back? Because they all tied into one another. He quickly saw, you're not bigger than that monster. Nobody is. Them took Prince and Michael Jackson down. Who the fuck are you, Drake? It's real. Right? So what happens from now? What happens from here? Well, what's going to happen now, he probably going to end up getting 250 to 400 instead of the 600 he was chasing. His next album is probably going to do a 30% drop. Why? Because everything you snitched on, fucking it up for the up-and-coming artists, they're not going to use for you no more. So if he was dead like 450 last time, he going to do like 275 to 320, right? Because you ain't finna get that extra push. You told on everything we do. Remember I told you that. 275, 320, did 450 last time. He gonna have a 30% drop minimum, buddy. Cause they not finna put him in a machine. The very machine that got him to where he is, that they still use him today, he started telling on.
But what do you think? Is this really the end for Drake? Or is he cooking up something behind the scenes? Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure to check out this next video.
The plan was that Kendrick is gonna win these Grammys. We're gonna announce our album right after to step on all that. It ain't working though. It ain't working. The black Noah, I just strangled me a goat. It ain't working though, bro. It's bad timing. You better off saying something about I don't know why he can't just, concede the defeat. Like, hey, bro, look, Kendrick did that. Salute, bro. You did that for hip hop. You won. And let's move forward. I think people will respect that a lot more than what he doing right. Like you keep trying to step on Kendrick and it keep making you look crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just stop, bro. Like you keep trying to step on them, and every time you do it, it make you look smaller and smaller and smaller. The best thing you could do is, if I was around Drake, I would be telling him, bro, you need to just get online and say, hey, Kendrick, you did that. It was a good battle. You know, I'm gonna take mine like a man on the chin. You did that, bro. Salute. Congrats on all your Grammy wins. It ain't no hard feelings. And I know we went a little far in the battle, but that's the end of it. That's how I will handle it as a man. You feel me? I don't know. But ego is a muff. You know what I mean?